So today we're going to talk a little bit about bone broth fasting. So this is one of my favorite things to do and one of my favorite things to share with you, because we really believe that doing bone broth fasting can be life-changing, health-improving, energy enhancing. So I'm sure a lot of you have heard of doing water fasting or juice fasting or other forms of detox, and I've done both of these over time, but really feel like when you are water fasting, especially for someone like me, I don't have a lot of weight that I carry. I might start losing muscle mass over that time, and I find that if I do a juice fast, if you are using any fruits in those juices, the sugars over time will actually start increasing the yeasts that you have in your body, and so I find I can actually end up with a candida flare-up if I'm doing a juice fast. It also can upset my sugar levels. So what I have found then is that a bone broth fast for me is one of the most energizing and detoxing things that I can do for my system. So the amazing thing about doing a bone broth fast is that you will not lose muscle mass, that your body is still getting all of the amino acids that it needs to heal and repair and to build and stay strong, but you are giving yourself very limited calories and you are not giving your body any things that it needs to detoxify from. A beef bone broth especially is very neutral for most people to consume. It doesn't cause any allergies or flare-ups, and so your body will be able to move into a space of reducing inflammation and cleaning out, because it's not having to deal with any intolerances or allergens. So there are different ways that you can do it. You could obviously make your own bone broth, so you could get organic bones out of beef or chicken and slow cook them over several days with a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and that really then brings out all the nutrients from the bones and gives you a beautiful stock. You can then strain off if you've added in any onion and carrots and things like that for flavor. You can strain those out. Remember to keep it in the fridge, and for this we would recommend that you do anything from 2 to 4 liters a day. You can also drink water over this time, but you would do sort of a breakfast, lunch, dinner. If you normally snack, you might want to sip some bone broth over your snack times as well. And so you're not going to eat any food over that time. To have a really successful bone broth fast, we would recommend that for a period of time before and after, you eat really cleanly. So doing lots of salads and fresh fruits, and cutting out any wheat, dairy, sugar and things like that to help your body prepare for a bone broth fast. I really believe the success of a fast is made by the period before and after, just as much as the period of time that you're actually fasting for. If you don't prepare properly or too quickly after your fast, you return to what most people would consider a normal diet, including things like gluten and dairy and sugar, you can really upset your body quite significantly. So ensure that you are preparing. If you're going to do a 3-day bone broth fast, we recommend doing at least 3 days before and after of very clean eating to get the full benefits. If you don't want to make your own bone broth, we have some amazing options for you. So we have our beef bone broth. So remember with this, you do need to simmer this for 10 to 15 minutes to dissolve. So I like to add several tablespoons of this to 2 or 3 liters of water. So I'll make my daily broth. I would add in at least probably 4 tablespoons of the bone broth. I add in some carrots and onion. I add in some Himalayan salts. I boil it up for 15 to 20 minutes until the bone broth has completely dissolved. I then strain it out, leave it to cool, and then we keep it in the fridge and reheat at each meal time. So that is your beef bone broth. Beef seems to be very well handled by most people. This is also a very easy to digest form of beef, so even if you're an A blood type and you like to not eat too much meat, you'll probably be absolutely fine on our beef bone broth. Then we also have a chicken broth, so if you do have severe joint issues, you might want to incorporate some of the chicken broth as well on your fast, either to mix it with the beef or maybe do one of your bone broth drinks a day with the chicken, just to get different nutrients out of that. And then if you are someone who's very busy and you don't have time to boil it up and you just want to get going straight away, our savory lean broth is a really great option. And this does have some other things in it. It's got some collagen, some shiitake mushroom, a little bit of Himalayan salt, and a bit of L-glutamine. So it's not going to give you as pure a bone broth fast, but certainly will give you a really great fasting experience. So that's also really nice. Just pop 2 tablespoons in a mug, add some boiling water and stir, and you've got almost like an instant cup of soup full of nutrients. Bone broth fasting is incredible for the digestive system. You're going to find an improvement in your digestive system, The bone broth is really going to go and heal up your gut, which is really important for having vitality and energy and remaining healthy. And it will make your skin glow. Firstly, to be removing anything that is toxic that you're currently eating or consuming. You're removing gluten, dairy from your diet. Gives your skin an amazing opportunity to clean out, but also bone broth is full of collagen and is excellent for skin health. Remember, we said if you're juice fasting or water fasting, your body doesn't have those same amino acids and minerals, and you can end up losing muscle mass, which is not something that you want to do. And bone broth fasting is giving your body all the important things that it needs to stay healthy and strong. Prevents muscle wasting, so as we said, you're giving your body the amino acids it needs to build strong muscle, which is really important to keep your system functioning well. It's going to help detoxify your liver and your digestive system. It really just gives your liver a break because bone broth is so easy to digest. It doesn't put a strain on the system. It's going to help boost your immunity, which I think we all want, especially in COVID season and going into winter. So because it is healing up your gut and your immune system really starts in your gut, that is going to be so good for your immune system. And it's going to improve sleep and cognition, so just so great for your mind, great for relaxing your body. And so really I find that if I do a bone broth fast, I end up feeling absolutely amazing. So I try to do a bone broth fast on a Monday. I find it's a great way to start the week. I just do bone broth during the day. I might either make my own broth with the bone broth and some veggies and simmer it down, or often if I'm busy, I just use the savory lean broth. And then in the evening, I do have some vegetables lightly steamed with some broth. Sometimes I might have a little bit of brown rice. So I'm having a meal in the evening, which is a very clean meal, but during the day I'm just doing my bone broth. And then at other times I do it for a bit of a longer period of time. So I could do it for 3 or 4 days. In a similar sequence, I do bone broth during the day, sometimes all day bone broth, sometimes I do have some steamed veggies at night if I am still very busy at work and I'm needing just a little bit more for my digestive system. And I find the results are absolutely incredible. So I hope that helps, and I hope that you will join us on our next bone broth fast. Thanks for watching. Bye!